Hello everyone, welcome back to a typically different video on my channel. I don't really cover news like this, but I think it's a really important topic for me to talk about at this moment. YouTube is coming out with an update of children's safety online. It is a wonderful thing to think about as a big corporation, big greedy corporation such as Google. It's a wonderful thing for them to think about, children's safety online. But how they do it, how they achieve children's safety online, is the most lazy, ridiculous, unthought out process I have ever heard of. In this video, I will go through step by step of why I think it's a good and very bad idea, and how they could probably fix it, and how it would affect 99% of all of us. So, going through the process bit by bit. Sorry if my mic sounds like I'm getting closer and farther away. That's just because it wobbles kind of. I'll try to make it stay in a certain position so I don't sound like I'm wobbling. So yeah, going through the whole entire ordeal, YouTube starts off with an AI, goes through your search history, watch history, recently watched. I guess they would also go through your comment history. If they go that deep, they might as well also go through, your watch time, when you watch it, how you watch it, where you watched it, what type of content, where type of content, who, what, where, when, there, why. Like, they're just gonna go through all the W's and the how. That's very counterintuitive in my opinion. Why? If you think about it, this update is not only supposed to, stop the suggestive content and the adult content on YouTube from reaching kids, it is also supposed to stop PDF files. I mean, that's really counterintuitive. That's really contradictory because how do PDF files find your age, find your credentials, find where you live? Online, by stalking you. And what is the AI doing? Online, stalking you. It's going through your search history. It's going through this. It's going through that. Yes, it's stalking you. Just like a PDF file. Just like the people that YouTube apparently wants to protect you from. That's stupid. My second point will be that you're hand-holding teenagers. Kids, yes, protect them, please. Please do. I've seen plenty of parents not do the right thing when it comes to parenting, even though, I'm not even a parent yet. I still understand the rights and wrongs of, what a person should do to protect these kids. Bless me. God damn, again. Alright, excuse me. Going back to the topic. You can't handhold teens. First of all, that's not Google's, that's not the government's responsibility to handhold kids. Do you know whose responsibility that is? It's the parents. It's the parents. So, that's like you're hand-holding people. Okay, here's some information for you guys. Teens over the age of 14 can get, number 1, driver's permit. Number 2, pilot's certificate, meaning they could I don't know, like the exact thing, but I think they could probably fly a helicopter or something. We could get a job. We learn adult stuff. Sex ed. We learn things like that. Okay, it's like it's so stupid to think that Google or YouTube or the government is treating everyone from the age of 0 to 18 like the same people. It's ridiculous. My third point is that not only does not only does, viewing certain bad content affect children or teens, but so does restricting content. You're restricting what they watch, what they consume, and you're gonna end up, kids that I know plenty of kids that the parents don't let them watch certain things like TikTok or something, and in school they don't fit in because they don't know the trend. They, you know, in children's mind, the worst thing to happen to them is not fitting in at school. I totally agree to the with that with what I just said because I've experienced it firsthand. It's not a great experience. Embarrassment is probably the worst thing a children could experience. And Google, YouTube, the government is basically saying, we want more of that. We want more bullying. And some people might say, like, oh, but they're all not watching content, so there's going to be kids that outsmart the system. We are not dumb like 8-year-olds. I keep saying that over and over. We're not 8-year-old. We're not 3-year-olds. We don't need to be held by our mothers every time we cross the street. We don't need to be held by the government every time we watch content. That's just stupid. That is just so weird to talk about, to think about. Going into my fourth point, and then I'll talk about the future of this channel. My fourth point is that this thing that you have, like, the process you have to go through to prove your age, to prove that you are over 18, is utterly ridiculous. You have to upload a picture of your ID, passport, credit card, what else? I mean, driver's license, onto Google's database for them to see if you are over or under the age limit. If you are over the age of 18 and you want to prove it and they got it wrong or something. Yeah, I'm not giving my credentials to a private company. The U.S. government can barely even handle 300 million citizens. I think there's... What is the population of the U.S.? Thank you, Siri. Thank you, Siri. Yeah, see, my social studies coming in clutch. The U.S. government cannot even handle 300 million, barely even handle 300 million citizens' documents. How can you expect Google to handle all of, I'm pretty sure all citizens at least have one Google account, or the people who have multiple can like cover up the homeless or something like that. I'm pretty sure if you do the math correct, the amount of Google accounts in the US basically equals the citizen population. You're saying that Google can handle the same amount of load the US government can. No, I don't think it can. I don't like however like big the servers of the Google is, it cannot compare to the US government. The US will always beat Google, a private company, in like server load. So like, yeah, you're gonna leak my information, and there's gonna be someone spending my money, making me bankrupt. There's gonna be 3 people waiting in my front door with an axe. I know it's a bit overblown, but just stating what I think. My fifth and final point is the future of this channel. I don't know if there will be a future of this channel. There might not be if the update is as bad as everyone says it will be. Which I hope it's not, because, it's going to be bad. When I create content, I create it out of passion. I don't create it out of obligation. And to take away a passion, I mean, I do art. I sometimes make music for fun. It's always like when I'm so bored, I just, open GarageBand or something. I just play some notes on the piano. More things I'm passionate about, gaming. But to not be able to remove one of the passions, to remove one of the things I express myself by, Geometry Dash, in my opinion, is a art medium. to remove this medium of art, to remove this ability to escape reality for many people, including myself, is horrible to think about. It's horrific, and I mean, I don't even have it worst. There's other people that do this as a job. Their target demographics are kids, or, they themselves are kids. And their living income, their whole entire, how their family gets food on the table comes from YouTube will get affected. This is not the run of the mill update where YouTube updates a button or two. It's an update that affects livelihoods. It's an update that affects mental health. It's an update that is not thought through.